Solo Traveler here. My latest trip of 2026 is to Orlando, Florida. In this episode, I stay in and review the Hilton Orlando, including its gorgeous swimming pool and lazy river. I also explore massive hotels in Orlando and the even more massive 7 million square foot Orlando Convention Center. I find some Florida wildlife on display at the Gaylord Palms and review the very simple and surprisingly basic Orlando International Airport. Let's go. Hello again, and my 8th trip of 2026 is a 2-day work trip to Orlando, Florida. As I arrived at Pearson Airport today, I noticed that the airport was much busier than the last few times I had traveled. I think the warmer spring weather and the busy summer travel season coming up seems to have brought more people out to travel. Even with the airport being much busier, I continued to use my mobile passport control app, which allows me to use one of the priority lines once again. I've mentioned this on another video I posted. Much has been said on social media and through the news networks about the US government shutdowns impacting the speed of security checkpoints. There is still a partial shutdown as I am filming this video, but from the point in which I entered the US immigration line to the point where I exited, it was only about 20 minutes. And within 24 minutes, I was in the Air Canada lounge enjoying a coffee and waiting for my flight. I've said this before and continue to say it now. The wait times at airports with TSA security and with US immigration really haven't been that bad at all. With the warmer weather that's come, the flights are running on time far more frequently. So it was really nice and refreshing to get on a plane and actually have zero delays. There was no delays today at all. And looking at the boards in the airport, most of the flights all over North America were running for the most part on time. My flight was an Air Canada Rouge flight. This is the discount brand that Air Canada offers, and if you are stuck with a Rouge flight, just be prepared for far less footroom, older seats, no entertainment systems, and generally speaking, a far less comfortable experience. I wasn't able to check in as early as I normally do, so I was also stuck in the middle seat, which I always try to avoid. I pretty well dread that. So I had to prepare myself with a downloaded podcast to take my mind off the rather uncomfortable 2-hour flight to Orlando. One thing I wanted to pause and point out here is that in 2026, Air Canada has made dramatic changes to its rewards and status program. They of course promoted it as a far easier way to earn points, but in reality, the ability to gain status on Air Canada as a 50K member has become way more difficult. It will be near impossible for me to earn enough status points this year, which is completely based on how much money you spend on Air Canada flights, and I spend a lot. You can no longer gain status by the number of flights or segments or total miles traveled. I've taken more flights and even booked full vacation through Air Canada so far this year, and I have way less status points than I would have earned at this point last year. I'm sure that Air Canada will receive tons of complaints from its most loyal customers as the year progresses and more people realize they aren't even close to the 50K status level needed for access to lounges and a bunch of upgrades. And for me, it seems like I'll be a free agent in 2027 when it comes to looking for flights on different airlines rather than being loyal to Air Canada. Okay, with that little rant over and done with, I made my way into Orlando safe and sound, and I made my way through the airport. I'm going to do a full review of the airport on my way home, but one thing I found on my way through this airport on this day was pretty cool, was a hotel that was fully integrated into the main terminal itself. As you exit the gate, you come into this large atrium space with hotel room windows and balconies that look inward within the atrium itself. You can see them here, and it basically overlooks the gates and the TSA security entrance into the gates and into the terminals. Yeah, I thought it would be rather odd to have one of these rooms. I don't think many folks come to Orlando to have a view of TSA security. But this is just something I've never really seen anywhere in any of the airports. I thought it was interesting. After I got out of the airport and got into my Uber, I made my way over to the Hilton Orlando. With more than 1,400 rooms, the Hilton Orlando is one of the many large capacity hotels that surround the Orlando Convention Center area in Orlando. This resort-style property has been recently renovated and boasts 200,000 square feet of additional meeting space of its own, along with 3 restaurants and an oversized lobby bar area. It was clear the moment I arrived that this hotel is made for conference and convention business. My room was an upgraded king, and the modern decor made my room look attractive and feel very comfortable. There were 2 different small sitting areas and a work area set up and positioned to look out the window so you can enjoy the Orlando landscape as you worked. It has a large modern TV, modern amenities, and decent storage space gives a conference attendee or business traveler everything they need. The only thing I could say that was a bit underwhelming was the small size of the closet, but the bathroom was modern and the shower was pretty big for a standard business class hotel. The first day I turned on the water, it took a while for it to heat up, but eventually there was plenty of hot water and it had good water pressure as well. The bathroom overall was pretty large, and the room, I would say, overall is very comfortable. It's one of the more comfortable beds I've had this time for so far this year as well. One nice feature of this hotel was this large format marketplace where you could go grab snacks, to-go meals, refreshments, and even souvenirs if you wanted. This marketplace is also open 24 hours a day, which I haven't really seen in many hotels. More and more hotels in general are opening these marketplace style outlets as opposed to more full-scale restaurants. The convenience of having anything you needed, from meals to toiletries to souvenirs to alcohol, available in a quick grab-and-go format seems to be more appealing to modern travelers these days. The hotel did offer 3 other full-scale restaurants anyways, but having this marketplace open all the time was really handy. Each morning when I got up, I got my coffee here, and the coffee, by the way, was really, really good. After this, I toured around the grounds and the pool area. First, I found this basketball court, which was a really nice feature. There were basketballs available, so you could come out and shoot some hoops anytime you want. The hotel also features an oversized pool area with a couple small water slides and a really big lazy river that winded its way through the entire pool deck and pool space and in and around a small restaurant that was right in the middle of the pool area and water park area. There was a small water park in the back for kids and another separate pool and whirlpool for adults that was separated by a fence and had its own entrance. This was a nice feature. It made it crystal clear which space was for adults and which space was for kids and for families. You don't see this very often in hotels like this, and it can be a bit confusing which spaces are designated for adults and which spaces are for families. So I thought this was a really nice feature, and it made the whole area very comfortable for adults that didn't want to have families or kids around while they enjoyed the pool. The hotel also features a sports bar or sports pub called Fast Break. This right here is the patio area of the sports pub, and it was really well laid out and very central. It overlooked the water park in the back of the hotel. It was a large indoor-outdoor combo space. It's pretty common in Florida, and when you went inside, it was surprisingly large. It had huge digital screens all over the place where games were shown in the evenings. I had dinner there both nights, and the food was actually really good. The pub also featured a swing suite, which is a virtual golf simulator room that could be booked out. It was right in the back of the sports pub. I thought that was pretty fascinating. In the mornings, the pub also converts into a breakfast buffet. There's a little room off to the side here that opens up off the pub, and that's where the buffet is. And when it's converted over into the breakfast buffet, it looks completely different than it does now. I thought this entire space was very clever in the way it was laid out, and it was a really enjoyable place to hang out, have dinner, and watch the game each evening. I wanted to point out that the hotel is actually literally across the highway from Universal Studios. Universal Studios has 3 theme parks now in the Orlando area, and this is one of them. You could literally see the roller coasters right from the hotel, right across the way there. And looking down, you can see this is the entire water park space. My next stop on this trip was to check out the Orlando Convention Center and hotels surrounding it. This is an overhead view of just one of the halls of the convention center. The OCCC is the second largest convention center in the United States, trailing only the McCormick Center in Chicago, with 2.1 million square feet of exhibition space and a 7 million total square foot complex overall. The Orlando Convention Center is simply gigantic. When we were here, there was a 20,000 person aviation conference in-house, and they didn't even take up the entire space of the convention center. They didn't even use the West Hall. This hall right here is the North Hall and the South Hall. Surrounding Convention Center are the Rosen Hotel with 1,300 rooms, the Hyatt with 1,600 plus rooms, and the Hilton, where I'm staying, with 1,400 plus rooms. All three hotels are connected to the convention center with gigantic elevated walkways, and there was a fourth hotel, another Rosen, just a bit further out and also connected to the entire complex. So if you're keeping track, that's more than 5,000 hotel rooms, and each hotel had its own convention space as well. I toured all these hotels, and the convention space that each hotel had ranged from 150,000 to 200 square foot. Needless to say, this entire area is simply gigantic. It's so expansive and massive, it could basically handle any type of convention imaginable. I had to take a quick side trip over to the Gaylord Palms. Really didn't have time to do much of a review of the hotel. It is also very massive. But check out these guys. They had a cool gator exhibit right in the middle of one of their atriums. You can literally go through indoor atrium walkways, and this Gator Springs had live gators just kind of chilling out and sun tanning. I thought that was pretty cool. Finally, after all my tours, it was time to head back to the airport after a good 2 days in Orlando. I hopped in an Uber and had about a 20-minute ride, which is also pretty convenient for the convention center. It's another good feature. Orlando International Airport is a regional airport, and I would best describe it as an airport that is built for basic family convenience. I would say that I was pretty underwhelmed overall. The airport had a United Lounge, but I couldn't even get to it from the terminal that I was in. Each terminal had an open area, and open areas where food courts and restaurants were available. The terminal I was in that had an Outback Steakhouse, which I found was pretty unique. And there were old trains and tram lines that took passengers to and from each of the terminals. There wasn't really much to say about the overall airport. My guess is the terminal will go through some sort of renovation in the next few years to bring it up to more modern standards. It was pretty basic, and it was obvious that it was just there for the families that attended Disney World. I had some time, so I found a quiet little corner, and I waited for my flight. The flight ran on time again, and I made it home in good time as well. If you like videos like this, with tours of hotels, convention centers, information about travel tips and tricks, follow me at Solo Travel 44 and travel solo with me.